this episode of Kerrie's Quick Tarot. I didn't even realize till I turned the camera on that this was at the bottom of the deck. We are starting off with some uh, prosperous abundance energy. Um, I like that. All right, but I am going to shuffle the deck and see what comes out for this reading. But thank you for your time. For those of you who decide to join the live stream, and for those of you who watch the replay, I really appreciate your effort in tuning in. Okay, and if you like this, consider giving it a thumbs up, comment. You can even just leave an emoji of support. Um, Share it on your channel if you're so inspired, or anywhere, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Okay, so thank you again, and I am going to start this out. And actually, let me put my ear pod in, so hopefully you were able that I said a moment ago. um, and maybe it may be a little clearer since I just put my mic in. But I am going to read something here that I wrote, okay? And it's something that I was guided to put together, so I want to read this on the video. I do not consent to the stalking or monitoring of me or my children. I do not consent to any insurance policies of any kind taken out on me or any of my children without my consent, and I have not given consent. I do not consent to anyone copying me or my energy or my likeness, and that of my children as well. I don't consent. If you would like to support me in my efforts, purchase something from my website, okay? And my website is legacykeyleaf.com, and it is a spiritual supply shop, gift shop. So if you have a need or an interest in any items to help you along your spiritual journey, consider shopping with me at legacykeyleaf.com. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to clear the energy, okay? Clear my space, okay? And I'm also going to ring my bell, okay? There's a song just popped in my head. All right. I don't know who it's by right now, but I'm not going to sing it. But let's see. What energy? We've got the Fool card that just kind of popped out. I'm going to put it back because I wasn't done with my shuffle. I kind of want to get a good shuffle in. So let's see. We've got the Temperance card at the bottom of the deck. That's kind of like a balance, okay? We've got this Ace of Pentacles as well. So let's kind of see where this reading is going, okay? Source Higher Self. Oh my goodness. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So before I started, right as I started the video, the Ace of Pentacles card was at the bottom of the deck, okay? We've got the Temperance card, Balance, and Wheel of Fortune. So let's see where this is going. Wheel of Fortune, you can have whatever you like. It's kind of what that suggests. So let's see what's going on. Source, Higher Self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this message. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And this video is for entertainment purposes, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Whoa. All right. These cards came out. So we've got justice, karmic justice, I would say, because this card is followed by this card. What is this card? This card is the Seven of Swords. So this card is kind of like, if you look at it, what does it look like? It looks like somebody is kind of like gathering some stuff and trying to run away with it, okay? So what are they gathering? Swords kind of can represent communication, right? So perhaps somebody has some information that they want to keep from you. Perhaps they have some information that they want to run away with or keep or just keep to themselves. Perhaps, right? So where does this justice card fit in with that? Justice. So perhaps, okay. So the question is, who's getting justice? Okay? So someone is getting justice, okay, from some type of a theft situation, okay? And then we've got this judgment card. So there's some energies that are perhaps receiving some karmic justice. So, okay, when I say that, what I mean is there's a situation going on where some folks are in trouble, okay? And justice is playing out to rectify a situation where some folks were trying to steal, okay? So those folks are under judgment, and as much as they'd like to try to get away, they can't, but perhaps you're being taken away. Taken away where? What's going on in this story? It seems a little bit convoluted. So let's pull some more cards. Who's getting and look at that. There's some fighting. There's some fighting going on. So there's something where there's some, maybe a situation is being corrected, okay? A situation being corrected from some miscommunication, okay? Maybe there was some miscommunication that was going on about you, if you're resonating with this. Perhaps there were some folks that were, lying on you, or, trying to slander your name, or trying to do some things, maybe even pretend to be you, and run away with something that belonged to you. And perhaps those energies, that energy, whatever, however it resonates in your individual experience, perhaps they're under judgment, okay? But who is this that is being taken away? And where are they going? And what's going on with all of this fighting? Let's see. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest vibration, ancestors who love me, please help guide this message. Thank you. And if at any point during this reading you are inspired to give it a thumbs up, feel free to do so, okay? Or comment. You can leave an emoji. So we've got this card here, the Seven of Cups. Cups represents emotions. This is kind of like a lot of options that someone can choose from, okay? So they've got a lot of options. So perhaps wherever they're going, they have a lot of options to pick from, right? So maybe it's like, maybe they don't know where they're going, but they have a lot of opportunities to pick anywhere, right? Because, and look at that. Look what's on the bottom of the deck. Because they can maybe have whatever they like. And what does that mean exactly? So perhaps you're finding yourself in a position where the folks that tried to steal from you, perhaps there was some type of a ruling, right? When you think about justice, I think, some type of a legal proceeding of some sort. So perhaps there was a legal proceeding that has transpired, where some folks were perhaps found guilty, right? And so that they, would land in a position where there's some type of judgment that is happening, underway, that's not in their favor. And as a result of that, you get to move on with your life. And you have a lot of options to pick from. And so many options that, it's kind of like you can have whatever you like. You went through so much stuff, so much BS. And, you get to land in a place now where you can kind of pick what is it that makes you happy. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Right? Doesn't that feel good? This was at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to take it. Because there's been an end to a situation. Now I'm just pulling from the bottom of the deck here. There's been an end to a situation, okay? So that you can move forward with whatever whatever's next for you in your experience as you're being, taken into a place where you have a lot of options and can kind of pick whatever it is that you want for yourself. Because that situation is over. Whatever it is that you really had to go through and learn from. Hopefully, you learned from whatever the experience was that you have gone through. Hopefully, it's something that you learned from and that you've grown from so that you don't repeat the same situation again. Okay? It takes a lot of strength to get through whatever it is that you've endured. Okay? Whatever this situation was where folks were trying to, steal from you, slander your name, and, you know, whatever you went through where judgment was called on those individuals. It took a lot of strength, and you're working hard with whatever it is that you now have available to you to be able to give back to others. And then we land here with this Queen of Wands. So maybe this is a situation that you had to manifest yourself out of and into. Maybe you had to manifest your way out of this situation where folks were trying to take from you. Maybe you had to really have a situation where it was proven that you were innocent in this whole situation of whatever it is that you went through, so that the ruling could transpire, right? Individuals that tried to do you dirty, tried to do you wrong, are the ones that would be experiencing the judgment, not you. All right? Not you. You had nothing to do with participating in it. All right? So, you manifested that. So hold on to it. Don't let anybody take away what you've worked so hard for to now be able to share with those who are deserving. Okay? So I'm going to stop there. I mean, I can just keep pulling cards and pulling cards. But that's it for now. Thank you for your time. Hopefully this was helpful for someone out there. And if it was, consider giving this video a thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. In your commenting, all you have to do is leave an emoji if you're so inspired. Okay? And if you would like to support me in my efforts, I have a website, and you can just purchase something from my website if you are so inspired at legacykeyleaf.com. And I read something at the beginning of this video, and I'm going to read it again now at the close of this video. All right? Something that I was guided to put together, and so I'm going to just take a moment to read that. All right? And it says, I do not consent to the stalking or monitoring of me or my children. I do not consent to any insurance policies of any kind taken out on me or any of my children without my consent, and I have not given consent. I do not consent to anyone copying my energy or my likeness. If you would like to support me in my efforts, purchase something from my website, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. All right? So, until next time, I will see you when I see you. Thank you so much, and peace out. Bye.